Hi friends, welcome to the last session of the free video sessions covering the basic hands-on operation of the Roland FP-80 digital piano. In this session, we're going to go through registration and registration sets. Let's do that. In the following topics, what we need to use is something called function mode. Function is just a set of pre-built functions you can operate on this piano according to your own preference. There are a lot of functions in there. To enable that, just press the song and the rhythm buttons. At the top, you'll see it's called backing, but at the bottom, it says function. Once you press it, you'll see functions on the left side of your screen, and on the upper right-hand corner is 1/48, so there are 48 functions. It will help if you remember which function number you want, so you can change it very quickly using the plus or the minus button. To exit the function mode, you just press the two buttons to get it again. So in the subsequent topic, I'll tell you which function number you'll need to use. Now, there's another thing you may notice is that if I press the registration key, now you see the 5 red light flashing, but sometimes you don't. Why is it so? The reason is probably because someone has already used the registration before, and if they already picked any registration before, let's say that I turn off registration, the registration light is off now. Next time someone pressed registration, it goes back to the last registration they used instead of the 5 light flashing. So you may notice a difference there. So what is a registration? A registration is just a set of predefined tones and settings that you can quickly recall. And these settings include the one that I've talked in session 1 and 2. Now, we start off from concept piano. But once you press the registration button, the registration has not been enabled yet. You'll see that it is still in concept piano if I'm playing something. So, in order to enable registration, you have to press one of the numbers, actually the same as the tone buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and or the plus or minus sign. Altogether, there are 25 registration. And now I've selected registration 1-4, winds plus string. Let's play. So you see it's actually in winds plus string now. In order to know what registration actually uses as the tones instrument, you can click on registration again, and then you'll see some of the corresponding tone buttons are now lighted up, and on the display it shows you the instrument. This piano supports 25 registrations at any given time. The manufacturer has already preset the first 20 with some useful settings and configurations from 1-1 to 4-5. If you're saving a configuration, it's recommended you do it starting from the 5-1 to 5-5. Currently, I have Dreamy Piano and Orchestra String set as my dual play configuration as in session 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it into the registration 5.2. So how you do it is that you hold on to the registration button, you hit 5, which is the other button, and also on the display you see 5-1 or 2, and then you release the registration button. It allows you to rename the registration. So name it accordingly to what you have picked, and then to save it, you have to press the metronome button. So it says executing, and then it's done. So if I use another registration, let's say that I'm getting back to 1-1, which is piano plus string, and I can quickly jump to my Dream Aux string by pressing other. So this is how you save registration. To preserve the registrations we have configured, the easiest way is to use a registration set. A registration set is just all 25 registrations that you can load and save. To save the registration set, press the function buttons, which are the song and rhythm buttons together. On the screen, you see functions. There are a lot of functions in there. and we would like to get to number 27 of the functions. So we hit the fast key and hold on to it until we hit number 27. Set save registration set. We enter metronome, and then on the screen it says we can save it to USB memory because I have the USB key inserted to the piano. Usually, if you don't have it, you will see only the internal memory, which is the favorite. So I hit the minus key to get to the favorite, and then you can change the number by pressing the fast key to a safe number. I've already got 3 registrations set on this piano, so the first one it shows is number 4 and empty. So I can hit the metronome button and it will save it. You can also change the name of the registration set such that you remember what it is. To load a registration set, we need to use a function. So we hit the function buttons, the song and the rhythm buttons. So we move to 28, which sets load registration set, enter metronome, and you see low media favorite. You can either select from your USB memory and or favorite, which is internal memory, and or there's a number that you can load from. So I'm just loading number 1. So once you use the plus or minus sign to pick the registration, you can hit metronome and then it will load it. It says load registration set, okay. Hit the right arrow button to say yes. Executing, and now the registration set is loaded. Sometimes we want to copy the registration set from the piano to the USB drive or vice versa. To do that, we use the function buttons, sets the song and the rhythm buttons, we hit them together, and then we select function number 29, which is copy registration set, and then we hit metronome button. So it'll ask you whether you want to copy from favorite to USB, or if you hit the plus button, it asks you that you can do it from USB to favorite. Now let's do it from favorite to USB. Then we hit the fast button. Now you can select the registration set using the plus or minus button, and then we hit the fast button again, and then it asks you to copy to a particular location. Because I do have 2 registration sets on this drive already, so it says that number 3 is empty. So I hit metronome and it's executing, and now the registration set is saved to my USB. So you can do the other way around and load the USB registration set into the keyboard memory too. Registration and registration sets might be intimidating at the beginning, but they are great ways for you to remember what you have done with your tones and your settings. And here it concludes the 3-part sessions for the basic hands-on operation of this piano. I hope to see you guys again, as I will be making some advanced videos too. So stay tuned and hope that we'll see each other again. Take care, have fun.